There is always a lot of people who are going to uplift you, support you, or act as a sounding board for you to have you tweak your plan or find other ways. So definitely, I 100% recommend any career coach who's starting now or transitioning or changing direction to always make sure to invest in themselves by either having a business coach or joining a mastermind or being part of a community for sure.
Welcome to Career Coaching Secrets, the podcast where we talk with successful career coaches on how they built their success and the hard lessons they learned along the way. My name is Davis Nguyen, and I'm the founder of Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to 7 and 8 figures without burning out. Before Purple Circle, I started and scaled several 7 and 8 figure career coaching businesses myself and consulted with 2 career coaching businesses that are now doing over $100 million each. Whether you're an established coach or just building your practice for the first time, you'll discover the secrets to elevating your coaching business.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Career Coaching Secrets podcast. I'm your host, Regin, and today's guest is Sarah Dodeen. Sarah is an award-winning career coach, resume strategist, and personal branding expert who's helped hundreds of emerging and senior leaders land high-impact roles from manager to senior director. She's based in Toronto, Ontario. She brings over 18 years of experience in talent acquisition and career coaching. She's been recognized globally twice, named the Coach of the Year by Marlec, and ranked the #1 recruiter in Canada. Her clients consistently see powerful results, a 90% success rate, an average salary bump of $40K, and career transitions in as little as a month or on average in 3 months. She's helped over 550 clients so far land their dream roles, and it's my pleasure to have her on the podcast today. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thank you, Regin. I'm so happy to be with you here today. Thanks for hosting me.
You're welcome. So, Sarah, tell me a little bit more about what inspired you to become a career coach and start your own career coaching business.
Yeah, absolutely. So career coaching, it's a very close mission or field to my heart. It's very much aligned with my personal values and the passion that I have, which is to help people and make an impact on their livelihoods and on their life ultimately. So it all started, Regin, back in the time when I started my career in human resources, which is 2 decades ago. So my career has shifted from an HR journalist to specialize in recruitment. And then when I explored more the recruitment world in depth, I came to connect with professionals on a deeper level, which is basically how to help them present themselves in job interviews, how to negotiate job offers, how they can apply to roles. So it was, for me, done naturally. And I was doing it for free on pro bono basis because I really wanted to help these professionals to find the careers that they want and also to make sure they go throughout the recruitment process effectively and successfully. And then as the years, came about and I grew more and more in this field, I was like, wait a minute, I'm doing this already and I love it. And it just has that component of a free word, which is beyond the monetary value. It's just the fact that I'm helping people and doing impact on their professional and personal lives. And from there, I became doing career coaching as a side gig and it grew by the years. And here I am now. I have my private practice as a career coach and I'm still doing it with full heart. And it's quite connected to my purpose that I have in this life, I would say.
And it's been almost 6 years that you started your own coaching business, right?
Yes, that is correct. It's been 6 years since I started it.
And during these 6 years, what is some highlight or maybe big learning that you'd like to share with other coaches?
Yes. So to my fellow peer coaches, there are a few things, but it's all about first owning your value and believing with the impact and the value you're making on your clients or the professionals you're supporting. Own it and embrace it because the more you believe in your own value, then the more it's going to reflect on the results you're going to make for your clients and you will be better supporting your clients. The second thing is about the mindset. When you are a career coach having your own business, you're actually jumping into an entrepreneurial journey. So the mindset is quite key to have you always having that momentum and going forward and going through any setbacks. So your mindset has to be of that solutions oriented mindset of jumping to problems as opportunities and always finding ways to navigate through these problems or challenges. It's not going to always be a smooth straight line. It's a journey of ups and downs. So those are two key things. The third thing is surround yourself with a community. And when I say that is basically a community of similar, I would say, coaches. I mean, they don't have to be all career coaches, but they can be coaches from different fields. But the point is to surround yourself with a community so you don't feel alone and you feel you're supported and you can bounce back ideas and have a sounding board. I would end with another important part, which is if you're starting up a business, so you're a new coach to this field, it's going to help you a lot to have a business coach as well.
And just for me to better understand also your audience, who do you typically work with? What is the target audience that you're trying to reach?
Yeah, so I have a niche. If I go a step back, I did start as a generalist, a career coach, but now I am focused on a specific niche, which is this group of professionals who are between manager to senior director levels. So basically those who aspire to become managers or those who are managers and they want to transition to a senior manager or a senior manager to a director and a senior director. This group of people that I'm currently supporting. Yeah.
And where do you currently find your clients, or like what marketing channel is working best for you?
It's basically LinkedIn for me. That is the biggest, I would say, source of clients. And it is the platform that I also provide, I would say, knowledge, tips, value to my potential clients. So it's been always LinkedIn, the go-to platform. The second, source is referrals. So referrals from clients I worked with in the past, they would refer new clients or from my network of other coaches or friends as well.
And when it comes to LinkedIn, is there some sort of a strategy that is working for you in order for you to find clients? How do you get in touch with them, or how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So, there are two ways. There's the inbound and the outbound. I highly rely on the inbound for now, where I share a lot of content, some of it video and some of it written in different, I would say, shapes. And that by itself, it's speaking about what value I can provide them if they ended up working with me. And then I receive DMs from these clients and I get on a discovery call with them. The other way is I have put a button on my LinkedIn profile, which is my services. So what I offer. So also that can generate leads for coaches if coaches are interested to entertain that. However, for the outbound, which I do less of, but it's one of the as well tactics, is basically I do check like who is following my content and my posts. And then I do a check-in with them to see how they are doing or where they are at in their job search journey. I don't, as I say, slap pitch them because no one would appreciate that. You go right away and pitch them something. You have to understand first their background and their pain point and maybe what are their needs. So you would know as well how to carry the conversation, making sure you gain their trust before you jump into offering. So those are two ways of how to do it. But definitely a coach needs a content strategy to lead the way as a starter.
And when it comes to the content strategy, is there any advice you'd like to share there that you've seen actually working well for you?
Yeah, it's based on, I would say, trial and error. The best one so far that is working with me is to have a diversity of content. So let's say you can split the week of 2 days providing social proof, so testimonials or success stories about the clients you worked with, and then maybe another 2 days, which is offering value. So content they can benefit from, advices and tips. With that specific direction of value, the most approach that I saw working for me and resonate with me is the short video content. So my potential clients are hearing me speak. So they would get a sense of who they would work with and who they would be speaking to. They will see the person behind the post. So, or behind the LinkedIn profile. So that was a game changer for me. And then another maybe day of that content week could be about behind the scenes. So they get a sense as well about who you are. It's not always that, amazing image of everyone. Each one of us, has a life and there's those ups and downs. So they would appreciate that authenticity and genuinity as well. So this is how I'm leading my way forward. And as I said, I diversify between video content, written content, sometimes, an update even about events I attended and key takeaways. That shows as well you invest in yourself as a coach. So the more you invest in yourself as well, people would see that, yeah, she's up to date, she's engaged, she's networking. So this is as well another important thing about your personal brand. Yeah.
I really like that. And we'll also get to the investment question. But before that, I wanted to ask you, do you have any goals that you are currently working towards for the next 1 to 3 years with your coaching business?
Absolutely. Each one of us always have goals in a way or another, right? So for me, I'm going to mention it in a high level, but definitely scaling up my practice. So definitely becoming more strategic and building more the business to reach higher levels. So at least that is in my plan. And you never know how it's going to be expanded, but I will put it this way, that to expand and scale up my business to the next level for sure. 100%. Yeah.
And are you thinking strategically of ways you could potentially, or areas you could potentially utilize to further scale? Or is it mostly just scale on marketing, try to get as more people on the top, and then
Yeah, so you did mention one of the things, which is making sure you have a very strong, I would say, marketing and branding, because both are different. So marketing and branding efforts in place or strategy. The second thing is having a solid foundation of the different. I have solid programs now, but I want to make sure they are well settled so I can go to the next level of, maybe having people in my team to support me so I can focus more on the strategic, components of the business and being in that CEO mindset rather than being always drawn or pulled into the day to day work, which is the operations side. So that's going to be one of the main things to focus on. And that comes by as well getting resources, which is definitely going to help in going to that next level. So yes, for content marketing and branding, but also it goes beyond to the full structure of the business and growing it and scaling it up. Yeah.
I really like how you strategically are thinking about this. So not just the marketing side, you're also thinking about improving your programs, thinking how the programs could potentially also scale and also hire maybe. And so your focus is not working in the business, but working on the business instead. I really like that.
Absolutely.
As we're talking about strategy, when it comes to investments that you have done so far, has there been any investment that you think you've done strategically and has had a good impact in growing your coaching business? And I'm talking about any coaching programs, masterminds, communities, or anything like that that you feel that actually has helped you out with your coaching business, or any other investments, really.
Yes, yes, and yes. So three lines under the yes. As a coach, it is a rule of thumb to have that support as you are growing your business and scaling it up, whether attending masterminds or whether having a business coach. I would say being part of a community has to always be there because entrepreneurship can feel lonely, right? So for me, in answer to your question, Rajan, I joined an accelerator with a business coach, as well as I've gone to a mastermind retreat. It was 6 days in Mexico, Cancun. It was led by a great influential business coach who actually took seven of us. We were seven coaches together. We had a very focused time of 6 days in one of the luxury resorts. And we had intensive sessions there on how to think like CEOs, how to build our business. And we've discussed a lot about lead generation, about sales strategies, about, building your signature offers. And then another important component was making yourself a priority. So you're not always in your business, but working on your business, as we mentioned in the previous question. So that was a game changer for me and as well shifted my working mindset as a business owner and as a career coach alike. And the other thing is being part of the accelerator, which is a 1 year program with her as my business coach, also gave me that exposure to continuous guidance and mentorship, but also to a huge community of other coaches. So we learn from each other. And you're always having that support next to you as you roll out your new offers or pricing, or you go through different sales strategies, or you want to change your content strategy or your branding. There is always a lot of people who are going to uplift you, support you, or act as a sounding board for you to have you tweak your plan or find other ways. So definitely, I 100% recommend any career coach who's starting now or transitioning or changing direction to always make sure to invest in themselves by either having a business coach or joining a mastermind or being part of a community for sure.
Yeah, cool. And it's so interesting that you mentioned Mexico retreat
Yeah.
because we actually, even in Purple Circle, we did that. We didn't do it in Cancun. We did it in Tulum.
Really?
It was, it was at Bahia Resort, I think, in Tulum. And it's the same thing that you just described in a similar way. There were more coaches, but it was very interesting that you've had the same experience and you got to learn a lot from it. And we've also found these to be very powerful when it comes to like getting to learn also from others who might be in a level that is better or have been doing it for more years or have been able to scale. Obviously, getting to learn from those people has been very powerful for the coaches that we've also had in our retreat that we did in Tulum. We did it in May, actually. It was just like weeks ago.
Oh, so this year. It was the same for me. I attended mine in May.
That is so funny.
Right. It's definitely a great as well atmosphere and setup to be in for you to actually reset and think when you are in a place that invite you to relax as well, right? It's a nice combination of the setup and the content being delivered in the mastermind and the community you're part of. Oh, I'm so happy to see that you guys are also doing it. So I look
Yeah.
forward to hear more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the funny thing is that it's like vacation plus you're also getting to, you don't feel like you're completely disconnected from your work because you're actually getting a lot of value from it because there's the community you're learning. So it's really, it has been so powerful to be able to do that. And we're also thinking of doing another one potentially in Phuket. We haven't decided yet, but it's just like ideas that we're throwing out right now. So cool. Thanks for sharing that. And
Amazing.
I wanted to ask you, when it comes to challenges within your coaching business,
Yeah.
for you to get to that next level that you're thinking of, where you're always thinking about scaling, you're thinking about hiring, maybe also making the programs more scalable that you have, what would you say is the biggest challenge right now that is kind of like the bottleneck for you getting there?
It would be maintaining a consistent minimum, I would say, of revenues every month. So that consistent minimum number of like X dollars a month, I think that's gonna be the deciding factor for me when I do that. I would say next level work or up leveling my game. That is the first thing. So that momentum has to be there. I would say that is the first challenge. But this is maybe is taking me, Regin, to actually another real challenge, which is maybe similar to a lot of coaches, the lead generation, to make sure you're always on top of it and how you convert your warm leads to sales or even the cold leads to become warmer and then you convert them to a sale. So I think I would need to do more focus on that. Yes.
So basically, consistency would be one of the main things.
Yes.
Being able to consistently have revenue so that you can feel that you are more comfortable to spend time working on your business versus working in your business, just like what we also discussed.
Exactly. Yeah. Is that consistency of revenues every month? Definitely. Yeah.
Is there any final advice you'd like to give to other career coaches who are looking to scale their impact?
Yes, maybe a few things we've mentioned, but I would like to conclude with them and wrap them up. First, don't hesitate at all to make a bold decision to invest in yourself. So investing in yourself is key for you to go to the next level. Always think how you can advance your business by working on it, not in it. Move yourself away from the day-to-day operations and think more of a CEO and carry that mindset. And lastly, challenges will always be there. And 1 month can be bad, the other can be great. So don't let that put you down or make you slow down your progress. And I send all of the coaches listening to us the best of luck. It's not an easy journey, but it's always rewarding. Think about the purpose and the impact you do for the people you serve.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. It's been lovely having you on the podcast. For anyone who wants to connect with you or find you, they can go into your LinkedIn
Please, yes.
at Sarah Dodeen, and they'll find you there. Is there any other way that they can reach out to you?
It's on LinkedIn, Sarah Dodeen. That's my name.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they can find me there. SarahDodeen. I would love to connect with any of you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. It's been lovely.
Likewise, Regin. Thanks for having me.
That's it for this episode of Career Coaching Secrets. If you enjoyed this conversation, you can subscribe to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening to this episode to catch future episodes. This conversation was brought to you by Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to 7 and 8 figures without burning out. To learn more about Purple Circle, our community, and how we can help you grow your business, visit joinpurplecircle.com.